I'm going to tell you how one phone call obliterated the 30-year empire of the most vile customer our paint store has ever seen. Imagine this. Monday, high noon. I'm mixing paint for an old church restoration. I'm hunched over the formula for 15 minutes, tweaking pigments drop by drop until I nail that rich, creamy hue straight out of a century-old palette. Father Thomas peers over my shoulder and says, "Kid, you've got a gift." That's what keeps me going. Name's David, 25. I work at the flagship Sherwin-Williams in Riverdale. Been here 10 months, 4 years in the paint game. I've got autism and PTSD, no secret there. Maybe that's why I obsess over every tiny detail of paints and coatings. Our store's a training ground. Trainees from all over the state come here to learn the ropes. We churn out staff for hundreds of stores in the chain. Most customers respect us. Pros know. Hit up Sherwin-Williams, and you're getting top-notch paint plus advice that's worth its weight in gold. Except for one guy, Richard Stone. See this number my boss Michael jabbed at the blacklist on my first day? If it pops up, you holler for me pronto. Richard's pushing 60, runs a contracting outfit, leaves a trail of bad blood wherever he goes. He'll flat out disrespect women employees, treats trainees like dirt. Even the old-timers dodge him like the plague. A miserable old coot who never learned manners, Michael summed it up. That Monday, we were in a staffing nightmare. Michael was out sick, could barely croak. Jack was down too. Half the crew was at an off-site training. Just 3 of us left, me, Ben, and Kevin. By noon, customers were pouring in. The guys were slammed. Then the phone rang. Screen flashed, Richard Stone. I froze. Glanced at the guys, both neck-deep in work. The ringing wouldn't quit.
Sherwin-Williams, Riverdale, David speaking. Richard, Stone Construction. Need a gallon of the same paint I got 2 days ago. Same type, same color. I pulled up the system. Connection was crawling, typical Monday. Richard, just to double check, 1 more gallon from the order 2 days ago, right? Boom. Are you dumb or just acting like it? He roared, loud enough to make me flinch. I said it plain as a day. Why the hell are you questioning me? The store went dead quiet. Customers turned. A designer flipping through catalogs shook his head. He knew that voice. Sorry, I was just making sure. Making sure? Listen, you half-wit. I was running jobs before your parents were even a twinkle in someone's eye. Then came the flood of venom. He called me broken, mocked my diagnoses, someone had blabbed. Every word slammed into me like a sledgehammer. They let any fool answer the phone. Get me someone with a brain. My hands were shaking, heart racing. PTSD was screaming in my head. An old lady by the shelves whispered to her husband, "Good Lord, that poor kid." Order better be ready by 2, or I'll burn your sorry little shop to the ground. Click. He hung up. Ben rushed over. David, you look like a ghost. What kind of lowlife was that? Regular, I muttered, barely getting the words out. I'm hitting the warehouse. Can't deal with this. In the warehouse, I texted Michael. Richard just went off on me, trying to shake it off. 3 minutes later, my phone buzzed. David! Michael's raspy voice was urgent. What went down? I spilled every detail. With each word, Michael's breathing got heavier. That son of a crossed every line, he growled. Take all the time you need. I'm calling his rep right now. Rep? Big contractors like him get personal sales reps from the company, and Stone's got a rap sheet for bad behavior. 20 minutes later, I was back on the floor. The rush had died down, and we huddled by the tinting machine. My phone rang, Michael again.
Step away. Got news that'll put a smile on your face. I slipped over to the solvent aisle. Listen up, Michael said, practically gloating. Just got off with Jason Clark, Stone's rep. Yeah? Richard Stone is banned from our store.
for good. No way! Jason said this was the final straw. Complaints have been stacking up from other stores, suppliers, even his own clients. Today broke the camel's back. My pulse quickened. What about his orders? No more contractor discounts. Jason hiked his prices to full retail. You know what that means? Hell yeah, I did. Contractors thrive on margins. Buy at $30, sell at $60. Retail's $55. Poof, profit's gone. But wait, there's more, Michael said. Jason sent word to 23 stores within 100 miles. Stone's persona non grata at every single one. All 23? Yep. Training centers, warehouses, the works. He's cut off from pro-grade paint in the whole region. It was a death blow. Our chain had swallowed every competitor around. No alternatives left. Michael, that's got to be the end of his business, right? And he dug his own grave. I rejoined the guys who were dying for the scoop. Stone's banned from the store, I said. Shut up, Kevin yelped. Like forever? And blacklisted from every store in the region. Ben let out a low whistle. Career over.
Next day, more shocks. Assistant manager Jenny and trainee Sarah met me at the door. David, Jenny threw her arms around me. Michael filled us in. You okay? Yeah, I'm good now. That slime ball finally got what was coming, Sarah spat. He ripped into me last week, too. Michael rolled in, pale but grinning like a Cheshire cat. How's my fighter doing? Solid. Any updates? He smirked. Jason called. Check this out. He flashed a photo on his phone, a house wall, cracking and peeling, paint hanging off in strips like a bad sunburn. Stone's latest job, Mount View Mansion, 30 grand gig. Owners want 75 grand to fix it. 75? Stone skimped on primer, used cheap junk, plus last week's weather swings trashed the finish. Who are the owners? The Harrisons, big shots in town. They're suing and spreading the word to all their high roller friends across the state. The dominoes kept tumbling. By Thursday, something wild happened. A guy in a sharp suit walked up. Need a pro for a major job. Shopping center, 3,000 square feet of exterior walls. Michael Johnson, Premier Development. He handed me a card. 40 grand order. We hashed out details for half an hour. Johnson knew his stuff. Funny thing, he said as we wrapped up. I was going to hire Richard Stone. Then I heard something yesterday. My stomach flipped. What'd you hear? He butchered my friend's Harrison's house. 75 grand in damages. And today, word is he got booted from every paint store for acting like a jackass. Johnson leaned closer. Level with me. Is he really that bad? Worse, this week he chewed me out for 30 minutes just for double-checking his order. Got it. Job's yours. Stone's not getting a dime from me. The paint order? 42 grand. My commission? 2.5 grand. More than a month's pay.
A week later, I ran into Mort, a former trainee. David! Heard about Stone. It's the talk of the whole chain. For real? Yup. He's a legend, in the worst way. Trainers use him as a cautionary tale for toxic behavior. His name's basically a swear word now. You holding up? Mort asked. That couldn't have been easy. First couple days hurt, especially the shots at my diagnoses. But then I saw his downfall. Proof karma's real. 2 months later, Jason Clark swung by with an update. Richard Stone's done for, he said, flashing a newspaper clipping. Stone Construction's bankrupt. 30 years, gone in 8 weeks. No suppliers? That, plus he lost big clients and got slapped with 3 lawsuits. The Harrisons' mess spread like wildfire. Rich folks talk. Jason pulled out his tablet. Guess how many complaints he racked up? 41 in 2 years. From staff, clients, suppliers, even his own crew. Why'd they let him slide so long?
Cash. He spent big, padded profits. But after your run-in, I laid it down. Stone's out or I'm gone. My career's been soaring. Johnson's deal opened doors to major clients. Michael pitched me for assistant manager. Best of all, I'm not scared of tough situations anymore. I know now, work hard, stay professional, and the system's got your back against those who don't give a damn. Richard Stone's saga taught me a hard truth. You can dodge the fallout of your actions for years, but it'll catch you eventually. Especially when you're surrounded by folks who don't forget the good or the bad. Justice might take its sweet time, but it always shows up. Sometimes with a cherry on top.